What if Deku had Kurama, Part 4. So, the winner of who gets to have their idea up this weekend as one of my what ifs is what if Deku had hits time skip abilities. This is actually one of the newer ones that came out after I looked at all of them. So it had 5 legs, and I know a lot of you guys were like, ooh, what if Deku had a fusion quirk? Which I'd like you guys to explain that, but don't worry, you can still get that like next week. I was also thinking maybe like what if Deku had a copy quirk? And also I'd like to say like right after this, I'll be on Discord a little bit, and the link to my Discord will be in the description. So yeah, and to get started, all the girls, they just come up to him and say, all right, let's get this straight. We all like you, basically. And he just like puts his hands to his chin, and he's like, huh, so it's a heron. Yeah. If like you guys have ever watched like Luffy like have an idea or something where he like smacks his fist into his open palm like, I know. Something like stupid like that, he just does that. And they all just sweat drop. He's like, oh, cool. Let's do it then. Alright. So, they get back, and they end up... So, for class president, they all vote for Izuku, or Deku, and he's just like, huh. Well, bet. Let's do it. And since all the boys voted for themselves, that means Momo, who was the only one who voted for herself of the girls, got vice president. And Deku's just like, oh, sick, bro. I'm president. All right. Oh, I'd also like to say thanks for 700 subs. So close to 1,000, the biggest milestone I've ever wanted to hit. So, yeah, let's keep going. And so basically, they go, and Miss Stars always like, all right, we're having a field trip today. We're going to the USJ. Everyone's like, hey, what's the USJ? And like Izuku's like, haven't you guys heard of Universal Studios Japan? And then everyone's like, oh yeah, wait, we're going there? And he's like, no, we're going to Universal Simulation Joint. I think that's the name. I don't know. So basically, they're going there, and Deku immediately senses just a bunch of, like, villain people, but he doesn't even say them. He just, like, cracks his knuckles. And as soon as they get in, he doesn't even bother to listen to 13. He just runs straight to the center, and everyone's like, what the hell is he doing? And why is he just running over there? He just looks back at them and says, oh yeah, villains will arrive in like 5 seconds, you know? And everyone's just like, huh, well, let's do this. They all just jump down, and like all the villains get there, and they're coming out of the portal, only to see just a bunch of kids cracking their knuckles, like, let's do it! And they just start like beating the crap out of them. Like they just keep beating them. Like you can see Moneta just have some guy stick down, and he just keeps punching him. Like he's crying, like, why? And like he's scared out of his mind, but he just keeps punching him. And Deku is just kind of angry that they wanted to disrupt his harem, I don't care. So he immediately goes Six Tails mode, which I'm going to say is his Fox mode. Or Six Tails mode, if you guys know Naruto when he's in like that yellow mode with like the 9 tails behind him and stuff, I'm going to say that's basically this mode but 6 tails. So it's not as powerful, but it's his full power mode. So going in, they just keep beating him up, and he just goes there, and Shigaraki's like, what? How did you guys know? Nomu, kill them. And Deku's like, oh, I'm not going to let you do that, as he charges full force at the Nomu. And, like, the Nomu's, like, it, like, does a shriek of, like, all right, let's go. So they both charge at each other, like, connecting fists. If you ever seen, I think it was, like, Frieza and Goku fight in a Resurrection F of Dragon Ball Super, how, like, they just kept, like, it was so fast, like, you could only see the shock waves of the punches. So they just kept doing that, and Deku just punches him, which is, I'm just gonna say, it does nothing. And he's like, what, how? And Shigaraki's like, oh, that's because he has shock absorption. And that's when Nomu gets the upper hand on him and just starts beating the crap out of Izuku. And if Izuku was, like, had All Might's level of experience, I'd say, or Aizawa's level of experience, he probably would have beat the crap out of him. Like, Deku has no experience with stuff like this. That's why, like, you could consider him weaker, but while Naruto, who is, like, 20 in this, he could easily have beaten him from his experience. So, that's when Deku is starting to lose consciousness, and Kurama is like, sorry, kid, but I'm gonna have to go control, and you know how bad that can be. Better hope somebody comes. Maybe not even All Might can beat me. Oh, I know how I'm gonna end this. So he basically, like, charges right at the Nomu, and that's when people see red encircle Deku, and that's when 3 more fake tails pop out, like 3 red tails. They're like tails of energy, and, like, Kurama he just punches the Nomu in the head, just blasting it away, and that's when he just keeps punching it until it's nothing left, as regeneration is, like, the duplication of cells, I think. Not really sure. But if there are no cells to duplicate, you can't regenerate. So Shigaraki's like, what? How? And that's when he just keeps going on a rampage. Just keep punching at everybody. And that's when All Might's like, have no fear, for I am here. And he's like, what the heck? Oh, no. I remember, I'm just going to say off screen, he warned him about this. And he's like, oh, yeah, I remember. Because he was eavesdropping when all the girls made a harem about Izuku. And he's like, all the girls in the harem, go hug him. And they're like, bet, I'm not losing this chance. Let's do it. Let's go. So they basically run up to him and hug him. And slowly the Ren energy is, like, losing. And then Kurama says, my only weakness. As he just falls unconscious, and Deku falls unconscious. And they're all like, all right. Hug level achieved. So, there you have it, USJ attack. Don't forget that on Saturday we're having the new What If Deku had hits time skip ability, and don't forget my Discord, which I will be on. I'm not going to be on, like, every minute. I might check every maybe 30 minutes or so if somebody, like, said anything, which I will respond to. So if you didn't really know, just check back tomorrow and stuff. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this part. I know it's, I think, shorter. I can't really tell. I know it's maybe around 8 minutes or so. I know it's shorter from my usual 10, which I'm sorry I changed from 15. I just couldn't keep up with the 15. But, I mean, I'm still getting out to you. See ya, guys. Bye.